Hello and welcome to the John Ark Show. Today's episode is called The Squatter Invasion. Before we begin, I want to encourage you to subscribe to our channel for free. You can also like, comment, and follow us. We're going to have a lot of great celebrity interviews coming up, so make sure to click on that notification bell so you can be notified every time we upload a new episode. Also, we ask that you post a link to today's episode of our show on all your social media to help get the word out. Now, let's get started. There are now so many illegally occupied buildings, dwellings, RVs, and homes that the number is no longer measurable. In major cities, they now allow the homeless to occupy vehicles and RVs on the streets, and that number is exploding in communities as well. There are now so many transient squatters living in RVs parked on the streets that law enforcement and the courts don't even try to resolve these issues. So, if you've rented out or leased an RV parked on the streets from its legitimate owner, and you go to the store for an hour, you may come back to find out that a squatter has moved in. But that's not even the funniest part of all this. A week or two from now, when that squatter decides to exit that RV that he's occupying illegally and go to the store to get some food, when he comes back, another squatter is going to be living in what was originally your RV, and then they will go at it to determine who can actually occupy the place. It's like a parade of squatters. You know, you line up, you take your ticket, and you wait in line to be the next squatter of the property that's sitting there and being occupied by previous squatters. People may not even remember who the actual legal owner is. Next, we have vacant offices and commercial buildings. Since there are so many vacant stores and offices in these buildings, the squatters will move in and occupy them. Then the word gets out and more squatters move in and try to occupy this office building as well. If the police are called, sometimes they'll act and try to eliminate the squatters, but a lot of times they won't. They won't even bother. They'll tell the building owner to hire their own security and go in and have their security move the squatters out of the building. But that's not the entire solution. If you do hire security guards, eventually they'll quit because the buildings they're supposed to protect are just overrun with crazy drug addicts and criminals and squatters, and most of them have needles or knives or machetes, and they will try to fight you off when you try to get them the heck out of the building. These guards will say they're not being paid enough to go to war with crackheads and criminals and machete-owning lunatics in the building. And who knows, maybe they're right. Many of them will attack guards with syringes and knives on a daily basis. So the pressure to find a place indoors to sleep at night is increasing. And the homeless population is getting more desperate to find a place. Next, we have the war declared on unoccupied single-family homes. In many cities, if you call 911 and tell them squatters have occupied your home, they'll tell you that's a very low priority and they cannot send a car for that kind of complaint, so please go file a complaint on the police website. Now, if you know what that usually means we'll get around to it in 6 months. Now, if you physically confront squatters in your home, then how the police will react, or if they will react, depends entirely on the political makeup of your city or state. They may do nothing, or they may arrest the squatters, or they may arrest the homeowner. That's how bizarre things are out there. How they respond, or if they respond, can vary dramatically from city to city and state to state and, region to region. It also depends on how crazy your prosecutor is. Unfortunately, the growing trend is that more and more cities and more crazy prosecutors are electing to do nothing about this. They see squatting as a civil problem, not a criminal problem. Another crazy new trend is squatters moving into your car while you were sleeping last night. And then you come down and they refuse to get out. And what happens when you go downstairs to try and drag them out of your car because you're in a hurry to go to work? Well, they may get in a fight with you. They may try to stab you. And if you are able to get rid of them, there's always the risk of them coming back and slashing your tires and knocking your windows out. The police will also see this as a low priority call. Some owners will pepper spray the squatters living in their car, but then you will have to spend time and money to clean the pepper spray out of your vehicle because it'll be undrivable until you do. And sometimes you're lucky if it's only a pepper spray. Sometimes the squatter If they think you're going to throw them out, if they think you're bigger and stronger than they are, then they'll drop their pants and leave a present for you on the back seat of your car before they leave. And that's something you never want to see. Next, we have the problem of people moving into your garage or backyard. Here again, physically removing them yourself is a huge problem and a risk. Many of them would rather physically fight the homeowner or the police than exit the property. It's that bad. So where does all this leave you? Well, as more homes and commercial buildings become vacant because the owners can't support them, then this will cause more homeless people to occupy them more aggressively. It seems to be a never-ending parade of squatters and criminals and headaches. And if you make the mistake of putting up an apartment for rent sign on your building or on Craigslist, then this will just worsen things. We suspect that the worse the economy and the jobless market gets, the worse the illegally occupied real estate situation will become. We also predict that it'll make it harder to rent or sell your real estate once these squatters dig in. Any potential buyer or homeowner who sees for rent signs will simply walk away if they suspect squatter activity. Nobody wants to deal with this headache. Good luck. Thank you for watching. I want to encourage you to subscribe to our channel for free. You can also like, comment, and follow us. We're going to have a lot of great celebrity interviews coming up, so make sure to click on the notification bell so you can be notified every time we upload a new episode. Also, we ask that you post a link to today's episode of our show on all your social media to spread the word. Thank you, and we shall talk to you soon. Bye-bye.